Well, as you can see, we've been granted a little bit of time to watch Newcastle United train here in the scorching heat in Seoul. I'm going to recap all of this afterwards, but at the moment, let's see what was going on in training.
Morning, you alright?
Morning. Morning. Morning, Sven. Morning. Okay. Morning.
Alright, you alright?
Hot one to go. Everything's.
Wow, what a fucking trip. Okay. Well done, Bob.
Guys, on the whistle, we're going to go the opposite side. Left side, boys! Let's go opposite side! Left 20 seconds! Boom, guys! Sharp, please, 1, 2. Back and go! Good. Run for that,
As you can see, we've got a really good amount of access here in Seoul. We're right in the Newcastle United training session. They're right behind us, getting ready for that game against Tottenham. I couldn't see other teams opening the gates like this to let you in, so it just shows you how much Eddie Howe wants to, give the supporters some insight, and we're obviously going to try and bring you as much as we can from this session today here in Seoul. It is scorching. We did get soaked by the sprinklers. It took about 1 minute to dry. That's how hot it is here in Seoul. Well, welcome back to the centre of Seoul in South Korea. This morning we've been watching Newcastle United train. We've had pretty much unlimited sort of access really to go as close as we wanted to where the players were getting involved, and yeah, it's something that you don't often get. It wasn't a public training session, it was the opportunity for the media who've travelled over here to just see what Eddie Howe is putting these players through. They're all going through the paces here in this extreme heat that we're having. It is officially a heat wave here. We've been getting public alerts on our phone all the time saying that we should be staying indoors as much as possible and consuming as much water, which everybody has been doing over here. But yeah, to see the players going at it in those conditions was really impressive, to be totally honest. And Eddie Howe knows that by the time the players get back and train in normal conditions, it's probably going to be a bit of a breeze for them in terms of they put so much hard work here in the Far East. Okay, they haven't won a game yet, they've lost both the games here, but I think really there's no major concerns over results in pre-season. Behind the scenes, I think the staff were impressed with the Arsenal game over here when they ran Arsenal very close in a 3-2 victory. But yeah, the training today was really impressive to see, and here's some more clips from what we witnessed earlier on today. Well, Eddie Howe has just held his press conference behind me at the IFC Centre here in Seoul, and yeah, I have to say today the manager sounded probably a little bit subdued, I would say, given what's sort of gone on in the last week or so, culminating with the bid from Liverpool for Alexander Isak last night. I think he really now is probably looking to get back on the same time zone as some Newcastle officials, even though there is a full team here. The transfer situation is kind of being worked on back in England, which he stated in his press conference. He confirmed that the bid came through last night and confirmed that it got turned down straight away. And basically Eddie is determined to get his men in terms of other signings in there, basically saying they're looking to get the best players for Newcastle United. That's what this club is about now. And I think really the status of Newcastle has been sort of shook almost by what's been going on with Liverpool, trying to bring in the top players of Newcastle United, which was clearly not on the agenda. But that's where Newcastle are. I asked him if Benjamin Sesko was indeed a target. He didn't exactly knock it down, said he wouldn't speak about individual names, but again referred to Newcastle trying to sign the best possible players. So yeah, it was an intense press conference. It was meant to be obviously looking ahead to the game against Spurs tomorrow night, which is going to be a huge occasion here because of Son playing his final game for Spurs. But Newcastle, are also looking to try and finish on a high. They haven't won in pre-season yet. The mood hasn't been as high as it has been in sort of previous summers, but at the end of the day, Newcastle are going in the right direction in terms of match fitness. So yeah, it's a really it's been a really interesting tour, but I think Newcastle have been troubled by transfer activity that hasn't been in their hands, and I think that was very, very evident on Eddie Howe's face this morning.